Good evening and welcome to Wolfe County High School esports action here from Wolfe County High School. Today's matchup is the first round of the KHSAA PlayVs playoffs for fall 2019. So this is the Sweet 16. We're so excited to have qualified for this, and today our Wolves Blue team is taking on the Rockcastle County Rock LOL Blue. So it should be a great matchup. We ended up with a 4 seed, and they are a 13 seed, I believe. So should be a terrific matchup here. We finished the season 12-2, so I know it's been a few weeks since we played, but we're really excited to bring you this game today. And we're actually going to do something a little different. This is a best-of-3 series, so if the Wolves Blue win the first match, then we're not going to go off the air. We're going to stay on the air, and then we will bring you match number 2 on this same stream, so you don't have to exit the stream and pick another one. And if it goes to a third match, we'll stay on this same stream. So let's get over and check on our champ selection. As we see, both teams were very quick here to pick their bans.
Starting with Wolfe County, starting on blue side. So they banned Zaya, Ari, and Zareth. Meanwhile, let's call them Rock for now. Rockcastle?
Rock, yeah.
Yeah, Rockcastle bans Lucian, Olaf, and Caitlin. Wolfe County going with their lock-ins for Shen in the top lane. Meanwhile, Rockcastle goes Mordekaiser in the top lane and Mundo in the jungle. Wolfe County going back with Warwick as their jungle pick and hovering Cassiopeia in the mid lane.
That is one of those picks that we saw back in the fall, and Cassiopeia did really well there in the final week of the regular season.
Yeah. Cassiopeia is a very strong mid laner right now. She's pretty good. As she is locked in for Wolfe County's mid lane. Now going back to Rockcastle County, who are now going with their mid lane pick. Against the Cassiopeia, they're probably going to want to pick somebody who can stay a little bit out of range, or somebody who can get on there and burst her hard enough, like a hard 80 assassin, but actually goes with a Fizz, who has the potential to be able to avoid a lot of that damage. A lot of damage on his part too. Now going back with the second wave of bans, starting out with Rockcastle County going with the first ban, as Wolfe County has both their ADC and supports available, so they should be going with either of those as their next couple of bans. As they go with a Lulu ban, so it is a targeted Lulu support ban. Lulu's been one that the support for Wolfe County's been practicing with a little bit in the off season, but he's gotten pretty good with him. But that is get banned, as Wolfe County does also retaliates with an Ashe ban in its place. Ashe being a pretty solid ADC right now.
I must not fall.
And Wolfe County, and finishing off the Lulu. So both those bans targeting the support for, coming in from Rockcastle County.
Yeah,
Leona, sorry.
That Leona ban was clearly a jab at the support role there. So, well, he did recently hit the gold level, so you know they're definitely going to come at your highest ranked player.
And Wolfe County finished off their ban with a Blitzcrank. Going back, we see Jin locked in for the ADC for Rockcastle County, who are, as Wolfe County now goes with their ADC ban, or their ADC pick, sorry. Okay, goes with a Vayne at the last second. Vayne being a hyper carry ADC will actually work well with Pyke if Pyke is locked in here for Wolfe County. Pyke being a very strong support that Wolfe County's support has played in the last few games of the previous, of the season. So.
Well,
but it looks like he's
looking at some options here, as he has 7 seconds here to make his decision, so he needs to lock in before.
I saw that he hovered the Vel'Koz, so he was going for maybe a potential bit of poke there, but he does go back to the Pyke, so Pyke is locked in for Wolfe County support, being their last lock-in, as we now go back to the support being locked in for Rockcastle County. Who... no, I'm just kidding. They're still waiting.
Once again, taking it down to the final seconds here, and it's fresh.
Okay. So that is both teams now locked in. As we go with Wolfe County locking in Shen in the top lane, Warwick in the jungle, mid lane Cassiopeia, ADC Vayne, and a support Pyke. Rockcastle County going with the top lane Mordekaiser, the jungle Mundo, mid lane Fizz, the ADC Jhin, and the support Thresh. So those are your lineups for this match.
Yeah, so let's take a look over here at our starting lineup today. In this Sweet 16 matchup, we have in the top lane a senior Logan Creech, and in the mid lane we have senior Jeremy McKinney, and the support role is senior Dylan Prophet, and the ADC in the bot lane is Cameron Caskey, senior, and in the jungle is senior Matt Riley. So that is your Wolves Blue for your matchups today between Wolves Blue and Rockcastle County. All right, let's look at our sponsors. We want to take a moment to thank our wonderful esports sponsors here: Appalachian Wireless, Mountain Telephone, Licking Valley Rural Electric, Farmers and Traders Bank, Whitaker Bank, and Sweet Art by Stephanie. So those are our esports sponsors. Thank you all so much for helping us out. Let's go back and take a look at our champ selection, and we've got a 3-minute spectator delay while the teams are loading into the match and stuff. So if this is your first time joining us, we want to welcome you, and make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, keep up with your Wolfe County Wolves all season long. Drew, any additional insights and thoughts on the matchup?
Coming in with this specific matchup, a couple lanes definitely stick out. Mordekaiser and Shen's going to be a very rough lane specifically for Wolfe County's top laner. Mordekaiser is a very strong top lane right now, maybe considered to be the king of top lane at the moment. Just a very strong champion coming with just the damage and sustain that he has as well. Just a lot that he has to offer for his team. One thing that Shen's going to want to watch out for is getting Mordekaiser's passive activated, because once his passive is activated, he's just going to be taking a lot of damage from it. So he'll want to utilize his W, which will be his auto attack negator. That'll probably buy him a little bit of time before the passive is activated. In other lanes, Warwick has a pretty amount of damage. Mundo's got a little bit of extra sustain. Between the mid lanes, that's completely a toss-up. Both are just heavy AP-based mid laners. A lot of burst damage between the both of them. It's just a matter of who can land their ultimate, I guess, will really be the matter of that lane. Between Jhin and Vayne, Jhin has a little bit of poke. He has a little bit extra range on Vayne, so he's going to try and want to utilize that for sure to just stay out of range of her and Pyke. But coming between both the supports, Thresh and Pyke, both hooking supports. Thresh is a little bit more tankier than Pyke, but Pyke having a little bit extra damage in terms of what his kit offers. Both have hooks. Pyke offering a stun as well. With that execute ultimate might be what comes out on top on that bot lane if he's able to get those off. So yeah, it'll be definitely be a very interesting comp between the two. One thing I do also want to say too is in terms of team priority. It looks like Wolfe County, both teams are pretty evenly matched on their team liability. A little bit more on Wolfe County's side, where Shen does have his ultimate. So in the case of the fight breaks out and the situation calls for it, he can ult down onto that teammate, immediately turning a fight in their favor, which could actually turn around and win them the game if it's played well. Other than that, both teams are very solid. A little bit more sustained in terms of tankiness coming from Rockcastle County. Wolfe County definitely has enough damage to make up for that. So like I said, it'll be definitely an interesting matchup to see who comes out on top.
Okay, and we're just a few seconds away here. We're going to transition over to the loading screen. We are still here, so hopefully the game will load in here quickly.
It looks like both teams are now loading into the game. It was a pretty fast load there. Are they loaded? We have a little bit of lag on this end.
Looks like we're seeing the loaded screen.
Yeah. Should pop into focus here in a second. Okay, there it goes. It's taking its time.
Yeah, it looks like we loaded in before it was ready. Okay.
Both teams are now loaded into the bases. Walls have fallen. Champions are now going to start moving out to their respective lanes.
And Wolfe County coming in from the bottom left-hand side, the blue side here. So your Wolfe County players are the blue bars above their head, is the ones that... Yeah, it looks like the stream is okay.
Yeah. Looks like both teams will be starting on their bot side jungles, I believe. Wait, no, actually... Well, both teams will be starting on their red buffs instead. Seems like Mordekaiser's going to be giving a leash to Mundo on that top side jungle buff. As we see, ward already dropped. A couple of wards already dropped from Rockcastle County towards that mid side, looking to stop any potential ganks or potential invades that might have went down. So far, there is no vision of Wolfe County where they're sitting, and vice versa, no vision of Rockcastle County where they are either. So Thresh again sitting on that blue buff, waiting for any potential invade. Looks like it's not going to be happening. Wolfe County is backing off to give the leash to Warwick on his red buff instead.
Well, these teams haven't met this season, so I think they're both kind of just feeling each other out and seeing who's going to make the first move, who's going to be more aggressive. So both playing it safe here early on. Although we do see Fizz kind of, pushing up a little bit there, but... As jungle buffs have now spawned and the leashes are being given, the game has officially begun. We do see Pike and Vayne giving a very solid leash there to Warwick, easily securing his level 2 there. As we see Mundo also getting that leash from Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is a little late to the party in top lane, but Shen's going to have to take as much advantage as he can because, like you said, Mordekaiser is very strong, so he's going to try and get as much of a lead as possible before anything starts happening. We see Vayne taking a little bit of damage there from that Thresh auto attack, nothing too much. Pike moving up to get that auto attack procced. I also want to say one thing else. Since the last couple of patches, a hook there landing between the minions. A very solid start already for Wolfe County support. But like I was saying before, items have been changed a little bit. Specifically in the support role, they basically reworked all the support items now. The way that they works a lot different in terms of how they get the rewards and such like that. So it's something that someone who's played a lot of League will understand. You'll notice it. But so yeah, we'll just go ahead and put that out of the way. As we see there, Cassiopeia easily trading back that damage that Fizz threw back at her and a little bit of extra as well. We go back to top lane now. Shen playing a little passive in the top lane. Again, playing it safe against that Mordekaiser. He's going to try and push the wave back in his side. As we see Vayne tanked a little bit of damage there, but nothing too much. Pike also helping to keep that wave frozen. Trying to get it to move to their tower, but not too close. Trying to make sure that Vayne gets as much farm as she can get without the tower taking it. Looks like a hook was thrown, or yeah, the key was thrown from Thresh there, does not connect. Cassiopeia taking a lot of damage in the mid lane there from Fizz, who does tank a tower shot in the process. We see the Vayne getting connected with the fourth Q from Jhin. They do have vision of Pike in that bush though, so that was sort of getting him out of the way. He does dash out of range. The Q does land on Jhin again. Another solid hook. We see Thresh does get land the Q on Pike. Pike is forced to flash away under his tower now as Vayne's able to get all three of her pressy attack stacks off onto the enemy Thresh, just doing a lot of damage on the process. Another tower shot, maybe, or a tower shot or two, and he would have definitely been out of it. Oh yeah, Rockcastle kind of doing a good job farming here though too, and maintaining just a slight gold lead.
Definitely keeping that early lead. We see a flash forced out of Mordekaiser there. But you see the taunt missing from Shen. Surprising enough, looked like it should have landed. We see Warwick does get the bite off as well as the pressing attack proc on Mordekaiser, securing first kill for Wolfe County. I am surprised Rockcastle County playing this aggressive. I mean, they did earn a spot on the Sweet 16, so they gotta be doing something, right? So they do play a little aggressive, but right there in that case, it doesn't work out for them very favorably, as it does cost them their top laners, one of his summoners spells, as well as his health. Oh, we do see a hook landing from Pike there on the Thresh. Almost landing his stun, but forcing a Thresh smite or flash out of it in the process. We do see Vayne taking a lot of damage. Pike doing what he can to keep his ADC alive. Does secure the kill for Vayne on the Thresh in the bot lane, as well as hooking Jhin away from... we see Shen taking a lot of damage here from the passive on Mordekaiser. Almost winning that fight, but decides instead to dash away and back out, not taking any unnecessary risk there. Cassiopeia and Fizz both sitting in the mid lane, very low mana. Shen playing extremely well in the top lane, given how he's laid out. We see Jhin does get hooked by the Pike there from Wolfe County again. Pike, Wolfe County support definitely making the plays for this early part of the game for sure. Both teams again playing clear. Now the aggression has definitely swapped in favor of Wolfe County, as we do see both of their side lanes have been pushed out pretty far compared to where they were a little earlier. We do see now Vayne is going to get maybe caught here by Thresh and Jin as Jin does move down. A flash from Jin comes out as well as from Vayne.
Very well timed there. Perfect execution to get away from that.
Both ADCs do use their flashes in that process. We do see another hook landing from Pike there on the Thresh, pulling him back, taking a little bit of damage from the Pike's aftershock before he's able to walk out of it. Mundo going for his Wolf camps as well. Warwick down towards the his Krugs, so he does have a little bit more of a time to get to bot lane if the need rises for him to maybe defend that tower from any unnecessary damage from the minion wave coming up. But looks like it might not be the issue. The wave is pushed pretty far back on bot side, so Wolfe County is definitely going to have plenty of time to get back before any major damage is done to their tower, if any at all. We do see vision from both sides on that bot side now. Control ward dropped from Rockcastle County in that bot side bush as well. Wolfe County does have vision of it. So, hopefully try and see here maybe if Wolfe County can maybe catch out the bot lane pushed up a little too far. Warwick does decide to back off instead. That vision, like I said, just giving Rockcastle County a little bit of extra security on that bot side for now. We do see Cassie sitting back in the mid lane now. Both mid laners are sitting back at at full health and mana. Warwick sitting in the jungle bush there. We see Thresh coming back up. We do see the Fear activated on Thresh, allowing for Cassie to get a very easy kill. The ult is activated from Cassie as well onto Fizz, as Fizz is forced to dash away. And Flash, we see the ultimate landing onto Cassie there from Fizz at the last second, him narrowly escaping with barely any health there. Both a solid play from Fizz there, a good escape, almost getting taken out, but is able to get out of there safely.
Yeah, that escape was pretty impressive. I don't know how he got away from that without going down.
He used his flash for sure. He might have used his playful. He didn't use his playful trick because he used it to try and fight and save Thresh there.
Yeah.
Score is currently 3-0 at 7.5 minutes in the game, and Wolfe County's favor with a 2,000 gold lead as well in their favor. Shen does land the taunt here on top lane against Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser taking a lot of damage there from Shen. The ult from Mordekaiser activated on Shen as well. We're just going to try and use it to properly. See, Mundo does come up on the top side looking for that gank on Shen. Shen trying his best to fight off Mundo, who's doing a very easy job of fighting him off. I'm kind of surprised. Mordekaiser trying his best to follow Shen. Shen running down towards top lane river. Now you see Mundo moving through the top side tri-bush. The stun landing from Pike as well as the condemn from Vayne on the wall. A heal from Jin, not going to be able to do anything to save him though. Just been on a little extra time from the inevitable, as Vayne is able to secure that kill on Jin. So Vayne's sitting really pretty right now. Let's go and check the scores real quick. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Between both teams now, we do see Shen actually sitting surprisingly leading the top lane, about a 10 CS lead. In the jungle, about even. Warwick does have a kill on his side. In mid lane, sitting about even. Fiddlebit.
If you're watching this, the camera will reset in just a few seconds. It's when we move the mouse. Apologies.
Fizz does have a little bit extra CS on Cassie, but she does make up for that with having a kill. Vayne sitting pretty in the bot lane with a CS lead as well as 2 kills on her side. And both supports also putting in some work. But Pike's definitely being a little bit better than 2 at the moment with his landing of all those hooks. Although, speaking of which, Thresh did just land a hook right there on Pike. So Pike does get away, both stun landing on both of Wolfe County's Rockcastle County's bot laners. Pike's pretty easily able to escape there with the aid of his W, healing up a pretty good amount of that damage too. Wards dropped in both bushes from both teams now. Thresh getting hit with hitting another hook on him. And we see an ultimate activated from Vayne there. She does use the condemn, the tumble as well is going to be able to get the damage onto Thresh to secure the kill. The W landing there from Jin, the ignite coming off as he looks like the explosion, a flash force from Pike there to get out of that ultimate, as well as that death blossom from the Jin, barely able to escape out of it, as it looks like a heal was used from Vayne there. So a lot of summoner spells thrown down on bot side there from Wolfe County for sure. When you see Warwick coming in again top side, the taunt and ult both landing on Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser forcing a flash away under his tower, trying to get the lane out of safety. Wolfe County playing very strong at this point. It's currently sitting at 5-0 at 10 minutes in.
with about a 2,500 gold lead as well. So starting to get a little bit of momentum here. You know, Wolfe County is playing super strong right now.
Oh, Cassie does land the ultimate on Fizz, trying to buy herself a little bit of time. She can try and run as fast as she can. She did get ignited and ulted from Fizz there, so she can try and try her best to run away. Fizz does have his Playful Trickster, though. He's going to be able to use that to just catch up to her, no problem. Shen tried ulting there, but ults onto the wrong person. I think he might have tried to click on Cassie there, but just clicked at the wrong time. Because he went on more. I think that's what he did, because you can click on the champions, and I think he clicked on Warwick instead of clicking on the Cassie to save her. So yeah, there's that. Shen now moving back up to the top side. Mordekaiser sitting pretty low up in the lane. Mundo moving through mid lane down to his bot side jungle. We see Cassie it does teleport back into the mid lane now, doing a little bit of extra damage there to Fizz. Warwick moving towards mid lane now, looking for a potential gank maybe on the Fizz here, as he does set up his Fear. We do see the Fear does activate on Fizz, the Smite as well. Mundo is there, as Thresh also rotates up. 3 of Rock Castle County's players do move up, trying to maybe turn this fight around. Warwick does have his blood scent on, knowing that Fizz is sitting at low health, so he's got to be sitting around. Mordekaiser getting back as well, teleporting back in the top side now, so his teleport is down. It looks like Mundo might be attempting to do a little bit of a fight here on Warwick. He does have the advantage at this part. Cassie doing some damage there. Mundo and getting caught out 1v2 against the Cassie and Warwick, who are able to easily take him down in that fight. Cassie securing that kill for herself, putting the score down 6-1 at 12 minutes into the game. Shen doing very well in the top lane, despite that disadvantage he should have had, but he's managed to make up for it for sure. Throw the hook there, thrown from Thresh, does not connect with Pike. Pike readying his hook up, does not connect with anybody. Fizz does throw the ultimate onto Cassie, does miss the ult, as Cassie's going to try and do what she can to kite the damage from Fizz. He does get the ult off on him. She's going to burst her Conqueror, does proc, forcing a flash from Fizz away, but not before she's able to easily burst him down and able to easily win that fight. So a good turnaround on her part. Your Shen taking a lot of damage there in that fight against Mordekaiser, forcing a flash out of it. Again, Mordekaiser's passive right there, proccing off, did a lot of damage to him. So we do see now maybe setting up for a fight here from Wolfe County. Pike does go in, looking like he's going to go in. The stun lands on Thresh, but it doesn't go off. That stun looked like it should have connected. Pike using the ultimate does not get the kill. A flash and auto attack from Vayne does secure the kill on Jinso. Still good teamwork. Almost cost both of them though. Okay, that was a little lag spike there.
Yeah.
Still a good fight there from Wolfe County, even though they did miss a couple of things, specifically the stun, which should have connected. The stun for sure was on Thresh. I might have to go back later and watch that just to see what happened, but still able to make up for it with Vayne's crazy amount of damage that she has at this point. Warwick, looking like Warwick is setting up a fight here against Mordekaiser. Shen coming in from the side here, as he does get the taunt off, as well as the ult suppression from Warwick onto Mordekaiser, sorry. Able to secure that kill on Warwick's side. Wolfe County trying their best to get as much turret play down here on the bot lane as possible. They have about another 30 seconds before it falls. Maybe see if they can try and get at least one more play out of this. Wolfe County now Warwick trying to get away from the Fizz. The ult does connect onto Warwick from Fizz, who's just able to completely just crush him there with that combo. It looks like Wolfe County did get that plating though down that bot side. The stun and Q landing from Vayne and Pike onto Jin. Vi doing her best. She uses her heal, her tumble as well to try and get away from the Thresh and Jin. You see the tumble. She's going to try and get out of range. The ult's going to connect onto her. It looks like she's going to try and... Yep. I think the minion aggro was what killed her there, because she was out of range of his auto attacks for sure. I think it was a minion auto attack that killed Vayne there, from what it looked like. Looking like Shen might be in trouble here. He's getting followed by both Mundo and Mordekaiser. At least was. He did back off a little bit. He does go over the wall, but over the wall waiting for him is a Mundo, who misses his Q and flashes forfeit. A flash as well for an ult from Cassie, both turning this fight really quickly on Mundo, securing another kill for Wolfe County.
Yeah, Mundo walked right into that. I mean, didn't stand a chance with that double team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So definitely a good follow-up from Cassie, for sure. able to get up there just in time to help out her top laner. Warwick coming down for a gank on the bot side. We do see Pyke moving in. He's going to get the stun off, flashing. The Q goes off, does not get the kill on Jhin because the ult is activated just in time. Warwick does get the kill in his place. We do see Shen taking a lot of damage here. He's going to try and do his best to get out of it. Mordekaiser might be able to kill him here if he gets...
Nope.
Nope. Shen just gets narrowly out of range. But not for Pyke. Pyke able to barely get out of there, though. Shen ulting down on that bot side onto... we see the Condemn from Vayne there, throwing the Fizz off of her teammate, able to secure that kill. Warwick does get the kill on Thresh as well, and the double kill secured on Mordekaiser with some damage done from Cassie there on Mordekaiser as well. Able to ace the... Oh, no, not ace. Sorry, Jhin is still up. But able to take out 4 of their teammates in those 2 fights they just had right there.
What is the dragon count here? So, Wolfe County has...
There's no Drake's been secured yet.
I didn't think so, because it looks like Warwick is on a Drake right now.
Yeah, Warwick's going for the Ocean Drake. He does secure the Ocean Drake, so that is on their side. It's still... I don't see it popping up on the...
Well, Wolfe County does have a 1 tower lead now. They have secured that bot lane tower.
We didn't know the Drake was in Infernal.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
There should be a counter here that counts the dragon. I don't see it.
I don't either.
And I don't. There's one that just shows the 2 on the time. The hook landed from Pyke there on Thresh. Fizz getting his ultimate, landing on Vayne, almost killing her with that alone. We see a flash from Warwick there, getting out of that fight. The hook landing from Pyke on the Mundo, as it seems like there might be a setup here for a fight. Shen doesn't have his ultimate, but he is rotating down through the lane, trying to maybe set up some help. Cassie instead taking her place, going back in mid lane to try and push that wave back up. We see Mundo going for his blue buff as Fizz rotates back towards mid lane as well. Thresh clearing some wards down. He's going to get caught by 4 people, by 4 of Wolfe County's players. Pyke ultimate as well, securing that execution kill for him in the Vayne. So a lot of extra gold right there for the 2 of them. Pyke trying his best to rotate. He's going to try and take on the Jhin alone as he's able to get the hook on. The stun does land. He's going to auto-attack him his best. He ult lands but not able to get the kill. Jhin uses his heal to try and get away. The W from Jhin missing onto Pyke. Still have his 4th auto ready. Pyke misses the hook point blank. As well as trying to get the... he dashes back away. Jhin using his ultimate. Fizz and Mundo moving down towards as well. Jhin trying his best to hit those ults onto Pyke. Pyke getting hit by the 4th one. Fizz is down there. He could go through and kill him. He lands the ultimate onto Pyke, who does sadly fall to the Fizz. Pyke got a little greedy there, trying to get that kill on him, so it did sadly cost him there. But not putting him in a major hindrance right now, being that Wolfe County still up 16-5 with a 7,500 gold in their favor with a tower. About to get their 2nd tower here potentially, but it looks like they're not going to be able to because there is no minion wave up. We see Fizz and Mundo rotating up towards Shen now. Shen trying his best to run away. Cassie is sitting over the wall, forcing Shen to flash over the wall as well to his teammates, who are currently trying to go for that Rift Herald. We might see a turnaround here. We see Mordekaiser, Fizz, Mundo, all 3 sitting around the Baron Pit, looking at that Rift Herald maybe as a saving grace and helping them push these lanes out.
And Wolfe County just going to let them steal this Rift Herald?
It looks like they're going to have to back off playing a little passive for sure. Warwick is moving up towards them. And Cassie does get... Oh, Wolfe County steals the Rift Herald with that smite. So, good play from them. Shen ulting in as well from the side. Pyke rotating up, getting ult execution on Thresh. Vayne just bursting down the Mundo. We see a Mordekaiser sitting very low health over the wall. A flash from Vayne. Pyke using the Q to secure the kill on the Mordekaiser, with Warwick able to easily secure that kill on Fizz. So another 4-man kill from Wolfe County.
So in that previous play there, we see 4 of the enemy players defeated, and we got the Rift Herald there. So huge play there for Wolfe County.
Yeah, for sure. They're going to be definitely trying to use that to push out one of their main lanes. Bot lane's currently sitting furthest pushed up. They most likely will probably drop at the top lane, given that tower's got the least damage onto it. But they might also just drop it mid lane just to secure that tower. But it looks like they're not going to waste it on that tower.
Looks like they may drop it right here, though, to help get another tower. We're going to see.
Looking like they are going to.
And it is dropped there.
They are dropping the Rift Herald on mid lane now for that 2nd tower. We do see Pike. They're going to be able to secure now. It is about half health, which means that it should fall here with the...
Yep.
It does fall with the Rip Herald. Fizz and Thresh being the only two people there trying to defend as much as they can.
And it is going to hit half health here on this first tower.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just taking a lot, doing the crazy amount of
Very
damage. Most of
nice.
the tower already gone.
And
but
it
no,
falls.
Fizz does take out Vayne, potentially. Nope, she uses her heal, but the Ignite does finish her off, sadly. We see Warwick trying his best to fight the Fizz, but Fizz does run away. Warwick getting his bite off on the Mundo does save him there a little bit. We see Pike and Cassiopeia do come in to sort of clean up that damage, forcing Fizz to run away. Shen sitting in the top lane now, trying to push that wave back out, as Pike and Cassiopeia are going to try and push this mid lane and try and get the first inhibitor of the game.
That is going to give them super minions, and that's going to really make it difficult for Rockcastle County to defend their base whenever you get those super minions just pounding in there every few minutes.
Oh yeah, Wolfe County does secure the inhibitor now. Currently sitting at 4-1 in towers. Actually, maybe their 5th tower here in a second as Shen gets that top lane tower by himself. Both lanes, side lanes are now pushing. It looks like bot lane pushed a little back. They do have some minion waves coming in though here in a second, so it'll help to push that out. So
we see those first super minions that are coming out of the Wolfe County base as they make their way up mid lane. That's going to make it very difficult on Rockcastle to defend. And
you see Pike and Vayne both, or Wolfe County's team now rotating down towards the Dragon Pit, looking for their next Drake, which will be a Mountain Drake. Looking like it'll be Mountain Drake for the rest of the game, actually. Fizz throwing the ulti down there just to try and hit somebody. Does hit on Warwick, but doesn't do much damage at all in the process. Warwick stepping into that Death Blossom, taking a little bit of damage there, but not too much. We do see Pike ready to set up maybe for a fight here. As he does come in from the side, he's going to get the hook charged, throwing it over the wall, I think. He does get hit with the Thresh hook, actually. Warwick ulting over, misses the ultimate. Not before Shen, Shen does get the taunt off, the ult execution from Pike. We do see a double kill secured from Cassie there, with a kill from Vayne on Fizz. A triple kill secured from Cassie on Mordekaiser, acing the enemy team. It looks like they have a pretty clear straight line now to the enemy nexus. They don't have anyone to defend for at least 16 seconds, and that's just the Thresh. So they are going to be able to just chunk these towers here. Nothing able to stop them at this point. Wolfe County's going to be able to secure this tower here at 22.5 minutes. Score is 28-8. So first game goes to Wolfe County.
so great job, both teams there. Good game. This is a best of 3 series, so we do have at least one more matchup coming up next. What do you think, Matt? What do you think?
Either Matt or Dylan.
Let's do Matt. Will you go get Matt for me?
Okay.
All right, so here we have our post-game stats. We'll leave these up here for just a minute, and we will be with our player of the game here in just a moment. Yeah. Huh? All right, so let's see here. Congratulations, Matt. Great game there. Great first win. You finished with 7 kills, 2 deaths, and 10 assists. But the statistics line doesn't tell everything. Doesn't tell the whole story. I think you were a critical player in that game because you were everywhere. You did the right moves at the right time. So what are your thoughts on that matchup?
Well, I think the rotations were going great. Everything was worked out. They were pushing their lanes and just giving me free ganks. And Jeremy's an amazing mid laner, so you know that helps. I didn't have to worry about bot too much. They were holding it down pretty well. Fizz is just Fizz, and I got one shot, so it does.
They did a pretty good job with team fights and stuff, and I seen them, working together and stuff. Of course, we managed to edge them out in several of the cases, but this is a team you cannot underestimate. So what are you going to do in this next game to sort of adapt and make sure that you're able to come away with a win the second game?
We'll play around their picks, see what they're going to try to do. They're probably going to play safer this game. I don't know how you get safer than playing more top, though. I don't know. We'll see. It
is a fine balance between being too aggressive and also, being conservative with your plays and stuff. So, all right. Any final thoughts?
No. Go get another win.
All right. Well, good luck. So we will be going to just a loading screen here, sort of a stay tuned screen. We'll be back in approximately 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere. If you're just now joining us, though, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And if you're watching us on Mountain Telephone TV, thank you so much for joining us. This has been game number 1, and we'll be back in just a few minutes for game number 2, but we'll be right here on this same stream, so you do not have to exit off or anything. So we'll see you in just a few minutes.
You don't have the heart for this.
Okay, we are back here for game number 2 between the Wolves Blue and Rockcastle County Rock LOL Blue. The Wolves did come away victorious in game number 1, so very exciting matchup there. We're going to take a look here at our champ select for round number 2.
As we start off with, it looks like Rockcastle will be on blue side this time, so Wolfe County will be on red. Starting with the bans from Rockcastle County, we have an Olaf and Lucian, as well as a Caitlyn finishing off that last ban. Wolfe County having banned Zareth, Fizz, and looking to ban their third here. As we go with a Zaya ban. So Zaya is banned from Wolfe County now. We start with the first wave of picks, starting with Rockcastle County. Their top laner did pretty... seemed like he did okay on Mordekaiser, or at least knew how his abilities work, but he might have to try and change something up here. Looking like he's going to be going with a Teemo. So Teemo locked in for the top laner for Rockcastle County. We go back now to Wolfe County now, starting with their first pick for the top lane. Going with a Jhin locked in for their team, and an Amumu for the jungle. So it could potentially be locking in the Jhin for the ADC. We go back to Rockcastle County, who lock in the Volley Bear for the jungle. Now we're going back to their mid lane, who will be locking in their champion. We're locking in their pick. As the last second, they lock in the Swain. So Swain locked in for Rockcastle County. Going right now to Wolfe County, who locks in for their mid lane. As they seem to hover and lock in the Mordekaiser. Yeah, Mordekaiser is locked for Wolfe County. Going back now to the second wave of picks, starting with second wave of bans, starting with Wolfe County. Again, they can target either the ADC or support here with these last couple of bans, seeing that they're both the only lanes available. We do see an Ashe locked in again for another ban again for Wolfe County. Going back to the bands from Rock Castle County, who will most likely focus ban the support again for Wolfe County. He made a lot of really good hooks there. They might just go straight for the Pike ban as they actually go with a Katarina ban. Okay, so Katarina locked in for the ban against Wolfe County's mid laner, so good ban there on that part. Going back now to the last ban from Wolfe County. Again, focusing on the support. They do lock in the Leona support ban, this time against Rockcastle County, who now go back to their last ban, and they go with a Lulu ban again as last game. Okay, so those are all the bans now finished out. Starting out with the second wave of picks, going back to Wolfe County now, who, from what it seems like, has their mid laner and support still open. As they go with the Brand locked in. So Brand locked in for Wolfe County as they go now with a Silas for, or no, Silas, no, Yasuo locked in for for Rockcastle County. So being that they locked in a Yasuo, they're probably gonna lock in sort of a knock-up support like an Alistar. That would be the best matchup for that. I guess that could be up in the air. You see Rockcastle County is still waiting. They do only have a second left. They're going to lock in the Rakan, so they do go with a knock-up support. So Rakan is locked in for the support. As we now go back to Wolfe County with their last pick for the support, I believe. It's hard to tell. Looks like, okay. So they do hover the Nautilus. Looking to potentially lock that in for Wolfe County here. Nautilus being a very strong support, is locked in for Wolfe County. So both teams now have locked in their picks. Starting with Rockcastle County, they have locked in Teemo for the top lane, Volibear for the jungle, mid lane Swain, ADC Yasuo with a support Rakan, versus Wolfe County's lock-ins with Mordekaiser top lane, Amumu jungle, Jhin mid. Looking like it is going to be Jhin mid because rotations have been made. Brand in the ADC role, and Nautilus support. So that is the lineup. Wait, I don't know if they joined the right thing or not. Sorry, Brand mid, Jhin ADC, Nautilus support. I'm sorry, the lineup is a little mixed up. But those are the teams that are currently locked in for both sides. So real quickly, let's go over the starting lineup. Starting with Wolfe County in the top side. Wolfe County's top laner is Logan Creech, a senior. In the the mid lane role, we have Jeremy McKinney, senior for Wolfe County. In the support role, we have Dylan Profit, senior for Wolfe County. In the ADC role, we have Cameron Caskey, senior for Wolfe County. And in the jungle role, we have Matt Riley as a senior for Wolfe County. So those are all of the players. For a second to go ahead and thank the sponsors. I'll go ahead and thank the sponsors. Appalachian Wireless, Mountain Rural Telephone, Licking Valley Rural Electric, Farmers and Traders Bank, Winterker Bank of Campton, and Sweet Art by Stephanie. So those are the sponsors.
Thank you, Drew, for taking over my duties there. Coaching and shoutcasting is a full-time job here. So let's go back and take a look here at our champ selection. I believe we are getting pretty close. 2 minutes spectator delay. So, yeah, if you're just not joining us, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Keep up with your Wolfe County Wolves all season long. We sure appreciate all the support and stuff. You know, it's still hard to believe that we're in the playoffs here now and stuff. You know, esports has grown a lot over the last year and a half, and you know, only the top 16 teams in the state qualified. Now, we do have your Rocket League teams as well, but this is a League of Legends Sweet 16 tournament, so we're just so excited and thrilled to be here. So, this Rockcastle team, we have not played them yet, so very good first game there. You know, very competitive. You know, Wolves did come away victorious, but Rockcastle hung in there for a long time, was neck and neck, and fought really hard for a majority of the game.
Yeah, it seems like based on the comp they have this time, they were pretty aggro in the first couple minutes of that last game before a couple of plays from Wolfe County definitely turning around on their side. But it seems like this time they're going for an even more of an aggro team comp with the Teemo in the top lane, the Yasuo, Rakan bot lane, three of the champions four counting actually Yasuo, 4 of the 5 champions for Rockcastle County having knockups, so they can all utilize Yasuo's ultimate. So they're definitely going to be playing around him from what it looks like.
Yeah.
Although if we go to Wolfe County's side, they do also have a heavily damage-based team comp. A lot of CC as well between the Amumu ultimate, the Nautilus ultimate, and the Brand ultimate. Just a lot of just crowd control and damage coming from Wolfe County's side. So both teams definitely a lot more aggro than the last game for sure. It'll have to figure out how these early fights go to see how this turns out.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens here at the beginning of the game because both teams have sort of filled each other out a little bit now, and I wonder if one team or the other is going to take some risks here early on. There's always the possibility of invades and those early yanks, and just it's going to be exciting to see. So, just a few seconds away here, we're going to go ahead and switch over to the match screen. So, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a second with the loading screen. Hopefully, you can still hear us. So. Wolfe Blue versus Rockcastle County. Now, if the Wolves Blue win this second matchup, they will advance on to the Elite Eight. If the Wolves Blue lose, this is a best of 3, and there would be a Game 3. So, this is win or go home for Rockcastle County. There's no do-overs here.
Oh yeah, they have a lot on the line here, so they're going to have to make sure that they play to the best of their abilities to make sure that they hold on to it as long as they can. And
another quick load. That was super fast.
Oh, yeah.
This time Wolfe County is going to be the red side, so they have the red bars above their head. They're going to be coming from the upper right-hand corner, so they will advance to their lanes right now.
As it looks like we might be looking at an early invade from Wolfe County as Mordekaiser's rotating down towards the bot side with his bot lane.
Yeah, as a top laner, that definitely indicates that he's going to do some invasion here.
Okay, as it actually was Jin Min. I was confused between Jin Min and Brand ADC or vice versa because of the comp that they had.
And all 5 of them.
We see both teams now rotating. We see... They do have Rakan moving up there for vision. He does get sighted from... the hook landing from Nautilus there on the wall doesn't connect to anybody. Just slightly poor, positioning there on Nautilus' part, that hook not able to capitalize, although they do scare them off, so they are going to try and maybe at the same time claim this jungle buff for their jungler.
That was a risky move there.
Yeah. The wall definitely saved whoever that hook was about to land on from Rockcastle County. So, I forgot, the Q, the hitbox for Nautilus's Q is synonymous for being pretty large.
And they land the hook here. Are they going to be able to get this first kill?
We do see they do force a flash around a Volibear, so Volibear does have a flash gun. So they're going to try and use as much of that as they can. We do see Nautilus and Brain giving that leash to the Amumu now, who's going to go for the red buff. Seeing Volibear and Teemo now going for that topside blue buff. Amumu does secure it, as it looks like he might be rotating down towards bot side for an early level 2 gank, just to give him that much of a lead in that bot side. It looks like he is going to be rotating down towards bot side. He's going through the bush there. Nautilus lands the hook in the bush on the Yasuo, as the Q also landing from Amumu onto Yasuo, forcing a flash from Yasuo. A lot of spells already burned. 2 flashes on the side of, and a heal from Yasuo. So 2 flashes and a heal burned on the side of Rockcastle County. Laners have now moved to their respective lanes. We do see Nautilus and Brand trying their best to farm up. The wave is going to be pushed back a little on their side where they were gone for as long as they were. Meanwhile, in the same process, we see the Q does connect with Brand there, as well as the Rakan Q also, taking a little bit of extra damage there from both of those. Nautilus moving up. He does get the hook on Yasuo, although they are both level 1, so they won't want to watch out for that. They are under level at this point. Both now do secure level 2, so leveling is now even on the bot side, but they do have the wave pushed up under their side for sure. They are heavily pushed back.
Yeah, Rockcastle's going to be really aggressive here on Wolfe County, this bot lane, because Wolfe County was on for so long here. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can capitalize on that or not, which looking like Wolfe County holding their own so far.
Yeah. They do have a lot of damage on their side for sure between the Brand and the Nautilus' amount of CC, which definitely will help them out. Nautilus landing most of his hooks here. He only missed that last one because they hit a minion. Q does land there from Rakan on Brand. Mordekaiser pushing up very aggressively on the top side now. Another Q landing from Yasuo there on the Brand, knocking him up. He's going to try and do a little bit of damage there. Mumu does get his red buff now. Jin and Swain sitting pretty safe in the mid lane. We do see the Ignite does go off on Brand. Brand is forced to flash as he's going to get the Q missing from Yasuo. So Brand narrowly escaping there with his health. He doesn't have heal, so he was definitely looked like he was in trouble there. But Yasuo did miss his Q knock-up, so that did save, as well as the work that Nautilus is putting in to save his ADC, or APC in this case. So some good work there from the Nautilus.
But Brand had that TP, so he was able to get back in the action really fast.
We do see Mumu now moving in towards the mid lane for that gank on Swain. Does force a flash out of Swain, as we see Volibear also just getting a little late to mid lane, trying to push that wave back out. We can see Mumu and Jin sitting in the mid lane now, maybe looking to set up a fight. Jin does get the auto attacks off. We see the Q landing from a Mumu onto Volibear, does secure first blood.
And gives him 1,000 gold lead too, so, you know.
Yeah. The Ignite from Nautilus there onto Yasuo. The Pillar of Flame doing enough damage to secure that kill on Yasuo from Brand. We see Nautilus maybe trying to get the hook, just moving a little bit out of range. I think Nautilus' hook was also on cooldown there. But a good engage there from Wolfe County, seemed like they were a little behind, able to pretty fairly turn that around in their favor. The score now is 2-0 at 5 minutes in, with a 2,000 gold lead in their favor for Wolfe County. You see Mordekaiser, they're doing a pretty solid amount of sustained damage against that Teemo. Teemo's on attacks are going to make it a little harder for Mordekaiser to get his passive off, at least for a couple of seconds, but after that he should be okay. If he utilizes his Q like that a lot, he'll be fine for sure. Brand getting a stun off on the Pillar of Flame as well, and Yasuo doing a crazy amount of damage there, putting him already below half health after he just got back to lane. Rakan now moving towards bot side as well. We do see what looks like maybe an engage from Mordekaiser here, maybe, but no, it looks like it's going to be minion block, so he's not going to be able to follow up on that. He got 2 of his 3 attacks off for his passive, so almost a fight there on top lane, but not just yet.
So across the board, Wolfe County is doing better with their CC and their minion count here, so...
Sure. We do see the wind wall does block the Nautilus hook. We do see the Pillar of Flame does land on Rakan, not before the knock-up connecting with both Nautilus and we do see a Nautilus hook does land though on Rakan there, so slight turnaround on that. We see Rakan maybe looking for a fight here. Nautilus getting the passive stun or root onto Rakan there, easily allowing for the Brand to use his Pillar of Flame as well as the rest of his abilities and just shred the Rakan. Yasuo trying his best to defend. All three of the bot laners currently sitting at right around half health. So definitely, some fights have been put down in the bot lane. Rakan is now respawn, moving back towards lane. Yasuo trying his best to defend. You see ult from Mordekaiser on Teemo. Teemo forced to flash. Mordekaiser going to try and 1v1 him here in his Shadow Realm. He does get the ultimate off. We do see the Q does land the passive as well, procced off from Mordekaiser, able to easily secure that kill on Teemo, putting the score now to 4-0. Swain trying to back in the mid lane as Jin pushes the wave up. We do see Volibear now going for his red buff, that is respawn. Volibear sitting at the same farm as a Mumu. I'm kind of surprised. I thought he'd be a little behind, like at least a level, but he's managed to keep up the same level with the Mumu, so pretty solid there in Volibear. It do look like we see a Mumu rotating down towards the bot side. Nautilus and Brand setting up for a gank here as a Mumu does move in. The Pillar Flame does not connect, but the Q from a Mumu does, forcing a flash from Yasuo. The wind wall being thrown up, trying to defend something, but not before Rakan tries his best to try and fight off what little bit he can, but not before Brand's easily able to just pop him with his Pillar, securing another kill on his side. Currently sitting at, I believe, 3-0? Yeah, 3-0 for Brand. So, very solid gameplay here from Wolfe County's bot lane. A lot of work in here from both people, especially, between Nautilus and landing a lot of those really essential hooks to get those set up. Jin, a little bit of extra poke in that mid lane. The Q there thrown from Yasuo does not connect. We just see the extra damage. The stun landing as well from the pop and passive. Ultimate from Brand does go off on that minion bouncing back just able to secure that kill with the ultimate. The flash from Jin here in the mid lane. With the ultimate activated from Jin, it looks like he's going to go off here. He's going to try his best to get Swain, but he's not going to be able to do it. A flash from Volibear here. The W landing as well with the trap. Does go off. A Mumu down in the mid lane does land the Q onto Volibear. The smite going off as well with the damage from his W. Does secure the kill for a Mumu. Jin trying his best to do is what he can here. The Teemo Shroom Throne does not connect with either of them and explode. Jin's W, however, does land on Teemo, able to root him long enough for the both of him and a Mumu to easily shred them. Or shred Teemo, so good teamwork, good footwork from both players here. As it does seem now from Brand taking a lot of damage there from that tower, does take a couple of shots. It looks like Wolfe Kang's strategy here for the bot lane, at least for now. Oh, the hook does land on Nautilus, the ultimate for Nautilus as well.
Very nice.
Onto Brand, the Pillar Flame
so close.
Almost able to connect with Yasuo, but not enough. He does throw his Q back. He's going to try and at least get another tower plating. It looks like they might get it. I think they got that last tower plating before they backed. Swain is moving back towards the bot lane
Brand
now.
is going to get called out here really.
Well, he's going to do as much damage as he can. We just see a flash as well. Swain flashes and ignites, so it's going to be that's going to secure the kill on Brand.
Very, very nice ignite there, man. That was a perfect spot.
Nothing that Brand could do there at that point, which is, I mean, it's fine. But he did force both summoner spells from the bot lane, or from the support, just to secure that kill. Or not, from the mid lane, actually. Swain. Okay, sitting pretty well at this point. Currently sitting at 8-1 at 10 minutes into the game, with a 5,000 gold lead in their favor as well. No towers have fallen so far, but for what it looks like for the most part, at least a plating has gone from each of Rock Castle's towers.
Yeah, there's still 3.5 minutes before the tower plate.
Ultimate from Mordekaiser that's thrown on to Volibear. Volibear does activate his ult on Mordekaiser as well. Mordekaiser trying his best to heal up. He does use the W with his E and Q combo. Does build by him enough time and sustain to win that fight against Volibear. As it looks like Rakan and Swain are going to try and do what they can to chase Jin. Swain throws his claw, does land on Mordekaiser. The ultimate from Swain as well activated and exploded, but not going to be able to finish off Mordekaiser just in time. Mordekaiser barely escaping with any health at the moment, sitting at like 3 health. I think he almost like 1 HP.
He was so low.
Yeah, he almost got that there, but that W saved him for sure.
You could barely see his health.
Yeah, it was probably like he was probably in the single digits. For sure. As he's backing in the tower, they completely ignored what is.
I mean, he was just so steps away from Rock Castle County there.
The hook there from Nautilus narrowly missing the Yasuo. We do see the pillar does land from Brand, however, on Yasuo, putting a pretty solid amount of damage on him. Knockup is there. Does connect with Brand. You do see Rakan and Swain moving back towards the mid lane now, trying to push that wave out and defend their tower. Teemo pushing the lane up in the top side as Yasuo is forced to defend solo in the bot lane. The hook not connecting as the wind wall does block it. We can see the ult from Nautilus as well as Brand's passive. Both doing a crazy amount of damage to the Yasuo as Nautilus' ult does secure the kill. See a flash there from Teemo. A Mumu throwing the Q does not connect with Teemo, instead hitting a minion. We see Brand using his ultimate as well on the bot side to clear those bushes out, or clear those minions out. We see Nautilus and Brand trying their best to push that bot lane tower, trying to secure first tower at less than 13 minutes here. They do get it down low enough for the last turret plating before the tower falls. So Wolfe Kang just clearing these minions out on that bot side. Mumu and Jin also moving down. Jin back in the mid lane now. Mumu moving towards his blue buff as he's able to get that. Brand and Nautilus do try and go on. They do activate the hook from Nautilus does land on Yasuo there. The Q from Yasuo landing on Brand, forcing him to take a little bit extra damage there. We do see what looks like a 1v2 here in the top lane. Mordekaiser using his ultimate on Volibear, trying to buy himself a little bit extra time. We see Swain and ulting and igniting in the mid lane. We see Mumu coming in with the Q. The W from Jin does land. The explosion from Jin. Jin living with like 4 health there. 2 times that Swain could have won a fight, but does not because he just comes less than, like, he's in the single-digit range. Brand just completely shredding the Yasuo there out of nowhere. Pillar Flame does land. The Q also connecting. We see the E marking him, exploding with damage. Brand just completely dominating in that bot lane right now.
Well, and Wolfgang's 7,000 gold lead there is going to help them so much when it comes to buying armor and spells and stuff. So
Oh, yeah,
giving them a huge advantage here.
Currently, what it looks like all lanes for Wolfgang definitely, you know, sitting in the positive. As far as I remember, Jin just got his first kill a minute ago. He was sitting pretty passive in the mid lane against Swain because Swain just has a lot of sustain with the healing that he does as well as his damage. Mordekaiser again pushing up. Mordekaiser playing consistently aggressive in the top side. Tower plating has fallen as it looks like 14 minutes into the game. Now tower still has fallen. We do see the Q and E combo from Mordekaiser landing on that Teemo to secure that kill. The W activated from him also, you know, buying that shield and healing him up.
Yeah, it looks like Brand is going to... Well, they thought about attempting the Drake, but...
You see, not before they get caught out. 4 of Vulcan's players all converging on a volley bear. Just didn't have a chance in the world there in that fight. They will now take the opportunity to secure this Drake, which will be the second one of the game. The first one, I don't know what the first one was. Oh, this one's an Ocean. Okay, so the next one, looks like we have a teleport from Teemo on the top side. It will be Infernal Drake spawning. Which will give, if Wolfgang is able to get that Dragon Soul for Infernal, just a crazy boost of damage.
So Drew, explain to him what the Ocean Drake does to the map.
Ocean Drake, for those of the people who do not have a full understanding, after the first 2 dragons, there will be a certain dragon, only that type will spawn. Each one offering a different change to the map. Infernal Drake, for one, the map gets filled with these cinders, turns to a slightly orangish color. And basically, it means that everyone on the team is going to get boosted, like, increased damage, both AP and AD. We see, speaking of which, we do see a Mumu going in here on Swain, Rakan, and Yasuo. Gets the ultimate off there at the last, a little too late on that. Swain, or Jin, able to secure that kill, though, on Yasuo. The last auto attack landing on Swain. His reload coming up. The W landing on Jin. He does get the ultimate off. He's going to pop the ult onto Swain. Just a crazy damage there from Wolfgang. Currently sitting at 19-2. As Wolfgang does also secure, looking like their next tower in the bot side. Sorry about that. There was a lot going on, so I had to get back to explaining. The Infernal Drake boosting people's damage on the team. Ocean Drake is healing. Mountain Drake grants a... these are the souls. If you get these souls, Mountain Drake gives your allies and yourselves shields that refill if you haven't taken damage after a certain amount of time. And Cloud Drakes give movement speed. Also, there's the Elder Drake if the game lasts that long, but most of the time it doesn't really have a chance to. But if the Elder Drake spawns and the enemy ally and a certain team has it, if they get an enemy below a certain threshold, the Elder Dragon will execute them.
Wolfgang here just got a 10,000 gold lead and a 19-2 kill lead. So, you know, enormous pressure on Rockcastle County here to turn the tide. But
you see Volibear coming from the back now, trying to do his best. The ultimate from Volibear, the bite also, but not before Brand and Nautilus are just able to completely melt the Volibear for that attempt of a gank, which again was a decent attempt, but going in 1v2 on a fed Brand is just, it's a little rough. Mordekaiser getting taking some tower damage there, but not too much as his W is able to shield most of it. Wolfgang just pushing bot lane relentlessly now. They did secure that second tower. Wolfgang also securing their first top lane tower. The hook from Nautilus landing on the Rakan.
And
the Q knocks up an ultimate against the Nautilus there, as looks like Brand is going to get caught out as well as Nautilus, both getting killed by Swain. The flash from Mordekaiser there on Teemo does secure that kill.
the 3v2 is really hard, even if you're, you know...
As fed as they were,
yeah.
Wolfgang definitely, like I said, they still didn't, like, they still got a lot of ground covered in that little bit of a push that they made. Both the bot lane towers are gone. The top lane tower is currently gone, looking like the second one's going to be going pretty low here. Mordekaiser does get flipped away from Volibear, looking like he might try and maybe take the fight. does get his E and Q combo off onto him.
Well, if there's one thing you should remember about League of Legends is that it's never over. We've seen teams come back and make comebacks unbelievable. So, you know, we definitely don't want to underestimate this Rockcastle County team here.
Looking like Wolfe County trying their best to push the second turret out, but not without the minion wave. They're going to have to wait for another one to come up. But currently as it sits, Mordekaiser and Brain are just sitting a little low health for a potential fight like this. Volibear looking like he's going to go in on the Mordekaiser. Volibear does get the Q off, flipping him as well. Volibear flipping Mordekaiser out of the Swain W, actually. Could have actually potentially been a good fight there for him. Really helped him out, but he did just time that flip a little off to get out of range. We do see Yasuo going on with Jin. The flash knock up from Rakan there. Swain does secure the kill onto him. Oh, another kill from Swain there. Swain putting in a lot of effort for Rockcastle County, definitely at this point. Just putting a lot of damage in there. I think, as far as I know, he's most of their kills. Yeah, he's all 6 of their kills. Yeah. So definitely playing around Swain at this point. Swain being their carry at this point in the game.
We're going to have to play a little bit smarter and work together a little bit better here and quit getting called out, or individually, because
it could mess them up in the long run.
Yes.
As we do see Jin, Nautilus, and Mumu now moving towards the mid lane. Actually, Mumu going towards his Raptors now, clears more jungle. Camps out. Brand just respawned. Mordekaiser also just now respawning. Looking like they might be rotating towards the dragon, which will be up here in less than 30 seconds. No, it's going to be up in 10 seconds. Volibear is down there, as well as the majority of the Rockcastle County team is down towards bot side, looking to stop this dragon from being claimed by Wolfe County, who already have the first 2 drakes on their side. Look like we might have a potential fight breakout here in a moment. Teemo setting up some shrooms, trying to stop something from happening. Mumu clearing some wards out. They do have a control ward on the site, so they do see those Teemo shrooms.
And looks like they activate that Infernal Drake, so Wolfe County here's got their entire squad there. Oh, 4 of them.
Yeah, both teams are entirely down towards that bot side Drake. You see what looks like Brand does ult onto them. You see the hook from Nautilus as well. The Amumu ult on 3 of them. Swain trying his best to sustain, but not before the entire team gets wiped out in that really quick fight.
And over 20 seconds here, a free lane for Wolfe County. It looks like they may go up and try.
Looks like they're going to go for the ban.
Yeah. Well, that's going to give them a huge buff, and that's going to help them push even harder into their base. Yeah, it looks like we still got 10 seconds here, almost 10 seconds.
Wolfe County should be able to get this Baron uninhibited. None of them have a teleport up. Teemo does have his teleport up, but he's still on deep spawn right now. And he has nothing close to teleport onto. The closest ward being the one that's basically above his pit, which is it's above his tower. Sorry, but anyway, the 2 ladies who secures that Baron with a smite. All of them have now backed, except for Jin. Jin decides to go back up the lane and push mid out a little further. We do see a lot of damage already built, a lot of items being filled out already with the gold. Not Mordekaiser sitting at 9-1. I forgot Mordekaiser's been putting in a lot of work. He's currently sitting at 9-1. Having 2 full items built plus boots, as well as a jungler with 2 full items and boots. We do see another coming in from Teemo here. Ult from Mordekaiser onto Teemo. They'll throw the Q over the wall, just completely decimating him in that fight. Looks like Mordekaiser might be going for a 1v3 here.
Oh, man.
He's going to get caught. His passive does activate. He does activate his W now. The Rakan forced to ult away. Mordekaiser trying his best to fight. A flash from Jin. Mordekaiser holding his own against 3 enemy players, forcing a smite as well. Still securing that kill from the 8 of the Wolves. Just going in on the Swain as he's able to get the auto attack off. The Q misses, but not before Swain's able to turn around that Q and finish off Mordekaiser. But man, Mordekaiser held his own for a solid 15-30 seconds. He was fighting off 3 or 4 people, forcing ults left and right from Rockcastle County. Man, that was very solid plays there from Mordekaiser. Good footwork for sure, able to move around and play like that. We see a flash there from Jin away from the Rakan. Just able to completely just shred the Rakan there with that auto attack. The Q from Amumu there landing. We see Nautilus now moving in towards mid lane with his brain. Volibear trying to look like he was trying to defend there, but did not have anything to help against it. Oh yeah, they're still in it.
Yes.
All right, so now Wolfgang moving up towards the top side. Second tower is now playing. Nautilus and Brand both securing this first inhibitor. In the mid lane now, we see Swain trying to defend, but not going to be able to do anything. We see the W does land on Brand, a lot of damage there from it, but Jin securing that kill at the last on Swain. Swain just, like I said, doing a lot of damage, putting in that there. We do see Wolfgang does decide to push up. Nautilus getting ulted from Yasuo there. The Q from Amumu landing. The auto attack from Jin securing that kill. And the ultimate from Volibear as well. The flash from Amumu getting just out of range. Jin getting a triple kill. Amumu taking a lot of damage here. Does not fall the tower. You see Timo moving in from top side. Jin getting auto attack. We see the pull from Mordekaiser. He's going to get it off as the auto attack finishes off the Timo. Acing Rockcastle County at 24 minutes. They do not have anyone for another couple of seconds to defend as Wolfe County ADC now teleporting in. Swain with ultimate onto Jin, but not before Mordekaiser and Nautilus are able to peel him back. Jin taking a lot of damage here. The ultimate from Mordekaiser onto Swain, just keeping the crazy amount of damage from Mordekaiser here. As majority of Rockcastle County is up, but not before Brand ult and Mordekaiser is just able to completely take out Yasuo. A triple kill from Mordekaiser there. As Wolfgang is able to end the game just shy of 25 minutes, 40-8. So Wolfgang winning the second game.
And Wolfgang advancing on to the Elite 8 in the KHSAA state playoffs here. So very exciting here. As we take a look here at our post-game stats, great performance here by all Wolfgang players and the Rockcastle County players there. Swain definitely did amazing for Rockcastle County, but great game, and we're so excited here that we come away victorious. And let's look at our stats a little further. We see Mordekaiser, is that right, Mordekaiser?
Yeah.
Did 14 kills, 2 deaths, and 4 assists. So our player of the game here is Logan Creech. Logan, congratulations, man. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
So we have now advanced onto the Elite 8. What are your feelings, man? What's going on?
I am excited. Hopefully we can win this year.
So what are your emotions, this is being your senior year here and stuff? What does this mean, every week mean to you?
I mean, every day I go home and grind out some games and try to get into playing shape, and I'm just glad that I have one more season left, because after that, then I don't know what I'm going to do.
So walk me through that 1v3 that you went through. Explain to me what was going through your mind and how you were able to not only come away with it, but just, like, how did you manage that?
Okay, first off, let's just talk about, if I knew they were coming, I wouldn't have ulted Timo. I would have just queued him. And then Mord's passive does a lot of damage, and that was playing in my favor. Saw Volibear. I would have got more kills, but Volibear went around the wall, and then I tried to E him back, but then he died to wolves.
Yes.
And then I missed my Q on Swain, and Rakan was just running around. I could have pulled that out more than I did, but I got a couple kills there. And then
Well, impressive work.
Nice, best is your name then, Matthew. We're not the best league.
So-
Come on.
Sorry. Sorry about the interruption there. We are at school, so this is a school event, so sorry about that. But, well, congratulations. Any final thoughts here?
that's the first time I've went Shin in a while, and it worked out okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will be back next Tuesday with the Elite 8. And we don't know who we're going to be playing yet, but we're really excited here. So from everybody out here on the Wolfe County Wolves Blue Team, thank you for joining us, and tune in next week.